This is Kathy, aka Lady C, coming at you with a video talking about content creation using artificial intelligence. My AI of choice is ChatGPT, and we have been working wonders out on these airwaves. Let me tell you, I have been using ChatGPT almost for 2 years now, and I have learned along the way. Things are improving and getting better every day. Now, one of the things I'm going to say about ChatGPT is this. You can go on the computer and you can begin to give it a topic, and you can say, I would like to create a script on this particular topic. You would do like, because you're going to want the computer to give you the name in some cases. So sometimes I don't tell it what I want the name of the video to be about. I would just explain what I want to be in my content. And then later on, I will ask the computer to give me some video ideas or the name of my video based on what the storyline is. Okay. So you may not want to put the cart before the horse in that manner. But one of the things I will say is this: the more information you give the computer, the better script it will generate for you. So if you are a true expert in your field, you're going to get better results. So like if I'm talking about being a content creator, if I have a certain topic that I would like to give, then I'm going to tell the computer, hey, this is the outcome. This is the information. This is the story that I want to tell. And you're going to pour your heart out to the computer, and you're going to tell the computer everything that you want to talk about in this video. And in some cases, I might want to do a series. And so at that point, I'll tell the computer, hey, look, I would like to do a 3-part episode on this topic. And here we go. And you'll just kind of give the information. I don't even worry about typos. I don't worry about if I put a return after every paragraph or whatever, because it's just going to just take the information as a data dump. And trust me, it is going to work it out for you and your situation. So what I want to just say to you right now is when you begin to work with content online as a content creator, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, you're going to be trying to do something that you're comfortable with. It's got to be something that you're familiar with. It can't be somebody else's expertise. Like if I'm not an auto mechanic, but I think that auto mechanic videos are getting a lot of clicks and ticks, I'm not going to go out and try to be this expert in this field just because I might be able to get a lot of people clicking on my content. The same thing with financial management. If I don't have a background in finance, why am I trying to pretend like I got this background just because I can get ChatGPT to spit out a couple of scripts and now I can start talking? Because people are going to kind of know if you know what you're talking about or not. But like I said before, the more information you give the computer, the better that script is going to be, because you do not want the computer guessing anything. Okay? The other thing about it is this. It's going to try to go out on the internet and piece together somebody else's story anyway. So if you give the computer your story, it's going to be working with your content. So that's why I'm saying you really need to be an expert in your field, because you know exactly what you want to say. You know exactly the outcome you're trying to achieve, even though that computer is helping you out. Okay? So another thing that you need to keep in mind is this. Sometimes the computer will hallucinate. So this is another reason why you need to be, an expert in your field, because if it begins to print out information and return information about this topic, if you're an expert, you're going to know that the computer made a mistake. And I've done this before, and I had to come back and correct it. And I had to tell the computer, wait a minute, you said such and such. And it says, you're absolutely right. And it's like, oh my God, so this is why you need to know what you're doing, know what you're talking about. And so, as I stated, you're going to have a good experience using ChatGPT if you know exactly what you're talking about. And at that point, it can work with you and everything. Now, sometimes I'll tell the computer, I'll say, hey, look, can you also generate a clickable title that people would be interested in? Sometimes it'll come back and it'll give me one title, or sometimes it'll give me 5 to 10 different names. Then I'll come back and I'll say, well, which one do you think is better? And then it'll come back and it'll say, number 2 or the number 1 item it gave me, it'll give you the reason why it thinks that, this is a good name for your video and stuff like that. So, you just kind of just do all that stuff and try to see if the computer will just work with you as you fine tune your script. Sometimes I will let the computer know, hey, look, can you, generate a script that I'll be reading from the teleprompter? Or you will say something like, I would also like to voice over certain aspects of my video because I don't want to be on camera the whole time. So then it'll give you a mixture of, what you could say on camera. And what I really like about ChatGPT is it will even tell you, have a smile on your face, have a puzzled look, or it will tell you, how to appear on camera, what kind of background settings and everything that you can actually use when you're creating the video. So it really gets creative when you're working. Then if I didn't give the computer 3 outcomes that I want somebody to get from this video, then I will ask the computer to generate that for me. Because, as I've been an instructor and teaching for many years now, a lot of times, people can, really retain information if you give them, hey, look, the top 3 items that I want you to take away from this video is blah, blah, blah. Then at that point, the computer can help you sort through that. And as you give it the information, then it will come up with those top 3 or 4 items that you would like your audience to take away from your content. But when I tell you there's a whole lot that you can do with this, the sky is the limit, but you just got to keep going back and forth with the computer to fine tune your script. Sometimes I'll let the computer know that I want my video to be 10 to 15 minutes in length. So then at that point, when it comes back with the information, it can make sure that it gives me the content that I need, or how much content time. I also would like for the computer to give me resources. Give me some references. Don't just give me the content, but can you find some online references that I can put in this video? So that's what you're going to be doing when you're working with ChatGPT. So anyway, so this is just a quick overview of my personal experience and what I've been through when I am using ChatGPT to, create my content. And then you can also take it a step further and you can tell the computer to make the content shorter, longer. So if you started out with 10 minutes and now you want to go to 5, you can tell the computer to shorten it. One of the things I am going to say about ChatGPT is if you begin to have a conversation with the computer and you begin to make a lot of modifications to the script, sometimes ChatGPT will modify the script and it will spit out a whole different script from what you originally started out with, and you might not want that to take place. So sometimes what I will do is I will start a whole new chat session, with the original script, and then I'll begin to ask questions and things like that. Or make sure you preserve the original script somewhere else, because as you begin to have the conversation, all the information begins to flow down the screen, and now you got to scroll back to the top to find whatever it was you're looking for. And so at that point, you want to be able to keep track of what you've looked at, what you've approved, what you want to keep, because the computer is going to start changing things on you as you begin to continue to query it to fine tune it. So sometimes the computer just might in itself say, well, let me just change all this stuff here. But the bottom line is the computer will begin to make changes to the original script. So make sure that you keep an eye on the script, because you may think that it's keeping the original one all to the tune of it's done changed everything. So anyway, so I got a lot of videos I'm going to be sharing with you later on about, content creation. And I'm going to also share video production tips as well. But I just want to come out and just share that with you. If you think this video was helpful, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when I upload new content. And I'll see you on the next episode.